So, Salam alaikum, and this is my best thing I can say in your language. So sorry, not being able to talk anything more. I was joking about music because I was not sure that my PowerPoint was going to work. So that's why I offered to sing, because I was committed to talk about cinema and TV. Okay? Anyway, we have time enough. I don't care. I love to sing, and I'll be delighted to sing for you. That's all. I was not the first person that were going to be here. So Carlos Olaya was thinking in a very different kind of lecture about this. But I had no information about this event, and I was invited by TODOSNAS, the organization that you know, and I was looking at the web page, and I read this one. Our belief. We believe in individual freedom and belonging, however, we see how similar the humans are. So my first thought about this is, I don't care where I am, because the handcraft of any country of the world is my own handcraft as a human being. I mean, you in your country are doing a big effort to support the handcraft, but it should be done in a worldwide level in some way, because all the handcrafts of the world are for us. That was my first thought, but I still didn't know what can I add to this handcraft event. So, I am an actor, and I had to ask myself as an actor, am I a handcraftsman? What is the thing that I do? And how do I do it? That was the beginning of reflecting on my participation in this lecture. So, I went to the dictionary to truly understand what handcraftsman was supposed to be. What means to be a handcraftsman? The first thing is a person who practices or is highly skilled in a craft, artisan. The second one is an artist. Okay, so I like to think that I practice my acting with highly skills. I try to be an artist. But what do an artist do in the cinema? What an actor as a handcraftman does? To craft is to make or manufacture an object, product with skill and careful attention to details. So, as an actor, I handcraft stories, characters, lives, realities. What the actors do, what the cinema do, what the theater do, what the TV do, is create different stories, different realities to make the audience reflect on their real problems, on their real lives, and decide if they want to change it or not. Because sometimes we are living our lives thinking that we have strange problems that no other person has. But if we can see a Spanish movie or any other country movie, we'll discover that all the human beings, we have similar problems. We have similar fears. We have similar expectations about the future. So that's important in the way I have to create my work, the way that I have to create my characters. And the funny thing about this work is this, as much I pay attention to the details, as much as I take care of the small things and do it in a very specific way, it's well understood in everywhere. It's the same with the handcraft. As much particular a piece is, it's going to be more admired wherever you take it. Something like that. Because we want things that are for real. So, thinking about that, I was wondering, how can I talk about my work in Spanish TV and cinema to show how similar the humans are? In a way that we can consider that every human being is in some way a handcraftsman because we are handcrafting our own life in some way. So I try to explore the philosophy of being a handcraftsman from the point of view of my experience in the Spanish cinema, and giving you some examples of things, companies, directors, actors, and people from the Spanish cinema think about and to consider this kind of ideas, this philosophy. So those are just my ideas. I mean, I'm not trying to share anything more than my own experience. I'm not trying to convince anybody about how they should think about their lives. But I think that it could be interesting for any of us to consider about this plus. First of all, be aware of your goal. There's no creation, there's nothing new that we can manufacture with our hands that has no destiny. We create things for people, we create things for situations, we create things for solving problems. Here we have the biggest Spanish production and distribution company of the cinema. It's called the FESA. It was created in 1932 and it finished around the 70s. But in that year, when we started to work, they decided, they had very clear their goal, to take care and pay attention to the audience over any other thing. Okay? That's not a problem. We are a commercial cinema company, it's okay. But I was reflecting about that in my own life, and I said, what do I really have as a goal when I'm acting? Okay? And the most important thing for me is to make connection with people, to establish connection heart to heart, which is something quite difficult to do. But at least talking from heart to heart, it's a goal, and that gives me the first jump to start to work. Second idea, trust your way. One of our hosts was talking about authenticity, and I think this is a very important, a key thing, to try to be authentic. We have the example of Lola Flores, who was a very famous Spanish actor, singer, dancer, but she has no training at all. I mean, she came from a poor family, so she started to sing and dance as she felt it in her heart. And she developed a very, very long career. She also went to USA, and she stars in the Carnegie Hall, which is